Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Gabriel Knight. Ja, 2 in Englisch. Und wir haben, wenn ich mich richtig erinnere, ist schon ein paar Tage her, haben wir von Glover hier gespielt.
Mischling.
Genau.
Also, wenn ein Wolf und ein Hund.
Jawohl.
Ja, genau. Ja, vielleicht.
I'm not sure what else to say.
Ja, dann gehen wir wieder.
Well, I hate to say it, but I should go.
It's been a rare pleasure.
Yeah. I've been kind of isolated over here myself.
I'll see you at the club tonight, won't I?
Oh, right.
And perhaps you'd like to come over for a drink after that? To give us a chance to talk some more about the others.
I'd like that. Thanks.
Gabriel, come in.
Hey, Harry.
Wir haben ja letztens sehr schlimme Sachen erfahren über Herrn Übergrau, ne? Wer erinnert sich? Das ist wirklich, der Typ hier ist adelig, ist, glaube ich, auch in Wirklichkeit Anwalt und dessen Großvater war am Attentat beteiligt gegen Hitler.
You mentioned the possibility of my using your secretary for research?
Anytime.
Great. I wouldn't ask, but I need a newspaper search done, and my German sucks.
No problem. What exactly are you looking for?
Missing persons. Actually, missing persons cases that occurred in or near forested areas.
How far back do you want to go?
10 years?
Okay, I can spare her later in the day. We should have it ready for you by tomorrow.
Great. Thanks.
Ja, damals gingen Recherchen schneller.
Well, I'm off. See you, Harry.
Heute brauchen wir ja schon 2 Tage, um die Spam- und sonstigen Werbebanner wegzudrücken. Aber haben wir schon wir waren schon zur Post, ne? Ja, waren wir. Ja, muss ja. Schon vorbei.
What should I mail?
Ich überlege gerade. Ich bin mir gerade nicht sicher. Ich mache das mal mit Schnelldurchlauf hier. Ich habe ja gespeichert, im Zweifel lade ich dann schnell mal. So. Achso, das ist die Zeitung.
Looks like there's been another wolf killing, and this one occurred last night in downtown Munich. I don't want to distract Gracie from her Ludwig research with another letter.
Okay, gut. Soweit ich noch Erinnerung habe, muss man nämlich jeden Tag was schreiben. So, schauen wir mal in der bayerisch-königlichen Jagdloge irgendwas.
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
Good night.
Der Beste.
And you, Herr Price? You look a little wet.
Oh, I was visiting a friend nearby, and I thought that I should take a shower before the others arrived. I was a bit automatic.
Erstmal ein Korn. Ist nicht mal Jägermeister hinten drin.
Well, how thoughtful.
And I thought Germans only drank beer. And I thought Germans... I don't think I should get too comfy around here. Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney.
Herr Price?
Yes.
Yes.
Baron von Glau mentioned that you're a lawyer.
Yes. And fortunately for me these days, I have enough money to where I only have to take those cases which interest me. I enjoy my leisure time.
And what do you do with your leisure time?
I entertain.
Ja, der steht auf der Bühne, okay.
Probably a dumb question, but what sort of entertaining do you do?
Do you like women, Herr Knight?
I've been known to.
I adore them. You might call it an obsession. The stalk, the dance, the bait, the hook.
And what do you do once you've hooked him?
Oh, you know. You're quite the pleasurist yourself. Or have I misled you?
You're probably just getting a whiff of the past, Herr Price.
Richtiger Frauenheld, der Herr Preis.
What do you think of the club philosophy?
It works, doesn't it?
Does it?
We're all animals, but I deny it.
So you don't believe in suppressing anything?
Why would I want to suppress my urges? If your body wants something, it must be natural.
Well, what if you get the natural urge to rip someone's throat out?
Well, fortunately, my instincts run to pleasure. Of the equally sticky but less fatal kind.
But what about those whose instincts are fatal? Shouldn't they suppress?
I believe that nature handles that scenario when it occurs here at night.
And how does it do that exactly?
In the wild, when a member of society does not conform, he is hunted down and executed. End of mutant instinct. And its genetic bloodline.
Tell me about the other club members.
Oh, they're all right. Don't worry about Vonzel. He's a bastard to everyone these days.
PMS?
don't know what his problem is. Oh, he's always been an arrogant bastard, competitive on the hunts, ambitious. But still, aren't we all? He was decent enough at one time. In fact, he was one Gloria's favorite. And he was an asset as a friend. But things change.
And what about the other club members?
Like who?
Henneman, for example. I've heard he's in line for a position extremely high up in the government.
Henneman, he is a drunk. His days as a political superstar are over. My friends at the courthouse tell me that he has been marked for early retirement. One less politician to worry about, huh?
When did Von Zell begin to change?
Oh, he's been getting worse for a long time. I remember a hunting trip about a year ago. That was the last time I remember that we were all together and having a good time. He must have started getting difficult after that.
Seems like you've pretty much written Von Zell off yourself. Any particular reason?
Look, it's one thing when he insults the rest of us. But when he insults the Baron, no. I heard him arguing once. When Glover told Von Zell he had acted stupidly about something or the other, Von Zell was furious.
What'd he say?
He told the Baron that he was weak. Bastard. I don't know why the Baron let him get away with it. I mean, I would have said something at the time, but, well, it was a private conversation.
Uh-huh. When was this?
I don't know. 5, 6 weeks ago?
War aber eine feuchte Aussprache, du.
How was Von Zell an asset as a friend?
He is a banker.
Are you saying he loaned you money?
He's always willing to help out his good friends.
Why would anyone in this club need money? I thought y'all were models of success.
Yes, well, fortunately, I took less advantage of Von Zell's hospitality than some.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Yes.
Really, where?
Oh, I don't know. Just sounds familiar.
Will you tell me if you remember?
Of course. The reinforcements have arrived. Now you'll have someone new to probe, Herr Knight.
My brilliant man, good cheer to you both. Where's the beer?
Guten Abend, mein Herr. Ja, good evening.
Guten Abend.
Feierabend, wie das duftet. Erstmal schön.
Nicht ein
Abend.
Abend.
Meine kleine Familie. How are you all this evening? Hello. Gabriel, I'm glad you could join us.
I need to speak with the Baron. Enjoy your evening, Herr Knight.
Thanks. I will.
Baron, may I speak to you for a minute?
What is it, Bryce?
Hey.
Can I join you in a moment, Gabriel? Price and I are almost finished.
Okay. I'll be around.
The thing is this.
Yes, Herr Knight?
Just wanted to grab a magazine.
Then grab one.
Thanks.
Ich bin sicher, ist kein Reiter.
Was? Ich bin sicher kein...
That's a thought. I hid the tape recorder inside the magazine.
Der Piesel. Die cleveren, keine Ahnung. Und seid nicht traurig. Ulrike Meinhoffs Töchter über ihre Kindheit im Schatten des Terrorismus.
Just wanted to put this magazine back. It wasn't very good. I wouldn't recommend it.
Immer so.
Immer.
Ich habe meinen Nachmittagstermin abgesagt. Wir treffen uns hier um 4 Uhr?
Ja, so viel ich weiß. Ja, so, good evening, Herr Knight.
Hanneman, Von Agner?
You care to join us?
Sure. Thanks.
Klang mit französischem Akzent, ne?
I've spoken to several of the club members today, but I haven't had a chance to speak with you yet, Herr Von Agner.
How tragic. No one in this club talks better than I do.
Oh, true, very true.
Perhaps tomorrow?
I'd be delighted.
I haven't had a chance to get to know you yet, Herr Hanneman.
Well, I'm already beyond serious conversation tonight, I'm afraid.
Tomorrow's fine. Have you guys heard about the mutilation killing last night? Happened right around the corner.
Awful, simply awful.
I'd meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from me. Do you have any details?
A few. The victim was a man named Grossberg. He ran a furrier business in town.
Horrible. You know, this zoo wolf business is inexcusable. The mayor has been spoken to, and quite seriously. Even the prime minister is concerned.
Did you know Grossberg, Herr Von Agner?
Me? Grossberg? Why, no. Why do you ask?
I just thought you're both in the animal processing business.
Munich is a big city, Herr Knight.
So it is. Well, I was just curious. So, what were y'all talking about when I came up?
Tomorrow's little excursion. Will you be joining us?
Our monthly hunting trip.
A hunting trip? Really? Where?
Our lodge is at Eppenberg. It's in the Bavarian National Forest. We leave tomorrow afternoon.
Well, gosh, that sounds great, but I need to have my gun cleaned and...
Oh, there are plenty of guns at the lodge.
Yeah, Von Eigner, perhaps the Baron did not mean for Herr Knight to join us quite so soon.
Oh, hell, why not? Baron?
Von Eigner?
Our hunting trip tomorrow. Will our new American friend be going with us?
Herr Knight? Well, I don't see why he could...
Of course not. He's not a club member. He's probably not even registered with the license office.
Nonsense, Gar. The sooner we get to see his technique, the better. We'll just slip him in, and he can register properly when we get back.
But that's not legal.
Since when do you care about legalities? It's only a hunting license?
I agree. I would enjoy Gabriel's presence very much.
Well, enough said. The Baron should certainly get whatever he wants, shouldn't he? Perhaps it will be an interesting exercise at that.
Is beef incoming? Ja, bei den wallenden Haar ist es klar, oder?
Okay. Ah, Herr Baum. Zweiten.
Gentlemen, excuse me, please.
Ohne Krone, nischt.
I apologize for not getting to you sooner. Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's been loads of fun.
Good. I'm glad you're going with us tomorrow. We don't get started until the afternoon, so won't have to worry about staying up late tonight.
I have to warn you, my hunting's kind of rusty.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Was?
Mist.
I demand to know what you're doing at this club.
Me?
Baron Gonzalo. Really?
Are you aware that this guest of yours has been asking intimate questions? Poking around in our personal affairs? He must be a reporter. Or the police.
What do we have to fear from a reporter or the police? Although I can promise you her night is neither.
You don't care that he's prying into our private business? What possible motive could he have?
Gar! Please. He's my guest. You're the one who's turning that into an inquisition.
Then it is on your head.
I apologize for that.
Hat der
You keep defending me,
gepetzt?
I'm not exactly helping the harmony around here.
Believe me, the harmony was shattered a long time before you came. Gonzalo gets territorial. I'm tired of it, frankly.
Well, I should go anyway. I wanted to clean up before tonight.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Oh,
Good night,
night.
I should be home soon. See you then.
Er fährt gerade runter. Kapitel 4. Nachforschung.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig. Wait a minute.
Da ist ja eine
Ludwig
Biografie.
II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before. Yep, English.
Perfekt.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships. The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose. Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged. He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years. A hunting accident? Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved.
Saga.
A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly high-bred foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880, when he fell into disfavor. The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
Okay. Habe ich schon mal gelesen.
There's nothing... I'm not sure what other...
Okay. Guck mal, was Gerde macht, ja. Oh, ist gar nicht da.
I wonder what Gerda's up to.
Glühwein. Wieso Glühwein?
I wonder what Gerda...
Ach, da waren ja noch die beiden aus Texas Tennessee Whiskey. Ja. Glühwein. Glover. Ich glaub an Glover.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Das ist gar nichts, okay.
Hello there, dear.
Hi, I'm Grace Nakimura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakimura.
Well, I might. For a moment.
Isn't this nice? We just finished our breakfast. Do you want something?
No, thanks.
Good for you. I can never turn down food myself. Now you just tell us all about it, Sugar Pie.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emma and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakimura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your Schattenjägers are just the same.
We are? I mean, he is?
Of course. The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called Manos del Sol in Brazil. So the Ritters aren't the only Schattenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw his castles, didn't we, Mother?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schattenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
Who wrote the letter?
One of Gabriel's ancestors, a Schattenjäger.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to. The other night you said something about the Black Wolf. What did you mean? Where did you hear that name?
I wasn't the one talking.
I don't understand.
Well, that's quite all right. The point is, it would be a very good idea to answer those questions, and we must work together to do so. Of course I'll help you, Pumpkin. I'd like to know myself, wouldn't I? It isn't every day one's taken over by a disembodied spirit, and I don't much care for it, thank you.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens, no.
Thank God.
Emma's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
Einmal Tarot, bitte. Warte mal.
Are you sure you don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning.
Sich aus.
Next thing I knew, Emma had me outside.
Stuff.
Whatever it was very powerful. Very powerful.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing.
Jetzt ist erstmal ein Fleucht aus dem
Push
Körper.
your vital energies into the cards. This is your soul card. That which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership. There's great strength here and intelligence. This card represents what you're like in this lifetime. It's the Chariot. Self-discipline, control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side. You will seek out great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
The third card represents the other.
Sicher, sicher.
You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has an other. Let's see. I bet it's the Schattenjäger. What's his name?
The Schattenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is dexterous and cunning, mischievous and manipulate.
That's Gabriel, all right.
And very strong with magical and occult powers. Now, this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust?
Not that kind of lust, dear.
Zwei Flaschen.
It's a trial card. Finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with a case right now.
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive energy of your union or you may not succeed.
I think you have the wrong idea. Gabriel and I just work together.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
But if I might just suggest, when you're facing negative forces, the positive energy of love is a very vital weapon. You make yourself vulnerable when you resist your own tools.
Well, that's been helpful.
I hope so, dear.
Ist klar. Ist recht, Chekhov. Ist recht, Chekhov.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares,
Die
but
ganze Zeit.
what the heck?
Hier. Er sitzt bloß da und grinst. Zieh eine Karte.
Reach out to the cards and to think about his essence.
7 Pik.
His soul card is the Magician. Yes, dear. It reflects your other exactly.
Well, maybe, but I'd rather hold out for David Copperfield.
And his lifetime card?
Oh,
goodness. The Lovers.
You mean the sole purpose of his life is in his pants? Doesn't surprise me.
It's not what you think, dear. It's a duality card. As a lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
His other is the High Priestess.
Let me guess. That's me, right?
No, dear, it's not. The High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your earthy one. This must be our connection. To the voice, dear! Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel. This force is represented by the High Priestess.
That's not much help. What about the Black Wolf?
But it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's...
Uh-oh.
Death.
Oh. Nothing to worry about then.
Now you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's a transformation card, dying to one thing and being born to another. It is painful, but it isn't necessarily bad.
Uh-oh.
Two of Wands. Oh my.
What?
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the Death card, there are 2 possible transformations.
2 transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think he really might be in danger?
Oh, yes, dear. Gabriel's very essence is at stake. If he takes the wrong path with his powers... Emma and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks. Herr Huber?
Yes?
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No. Sorry.
Thanks.
Bitte?
Bitte. Ach ja. So, ist Post schon da? Die klingelt mit dem Daumen.
Guten Tag.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakimura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Oh, it's from Gabriel.
Ja, das ist vom Schattenjäger. Ja.
Ja.
No, I think you... Gabriel is a working partner and... Never mind. Danke.
Bitte, brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Ich glaube nicht. Ich will mal lesen.
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Guten Tag and all that. I'm sure you and Gertie are hitting it off. Thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful. About Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it. Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieber, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon. Sit tight and enjoy your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he think, I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight. Danke.
Bitte.
Guess they're closed.
So schnell, der muss wohl die ganze Zeit immer hinter der Tür hocken, oder? So. Wobei, warte mal.
I don't want to disturb her. Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to. Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. Auf zur Wolfgang.
Boy, do I feel stupid or what?
Jetzt müssen wir gerne ein bisschen seelisch-moralisch unterstützen. Ne? Sie ist ziemlich down. steuere das mal jetzt hier. So.
That's better, don't you think? I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Gabriel and I, we never...
I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything.
Genau, jetzt ist wieder schuld.
I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he just...
Don't even try to make excuses for him. Still, he's up to his neck in it, I think. Will you help me out with something?
Of course.
I have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
Take Gabriel's car. There's a map of southern Bavaria in the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Die arme Garde.
I think she wants to be left alone.
Ja. Trauern. Aber wir haben den Autoschlüssel. Dieses Vogelpiepen klingt immer so, als wäre das die Anfangsmelodie von Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. Ach ja. Wenigstens gucken. Wir fangen erst in Neuschwanstein an, aber ich will eine Sache gucken. Ich will sie überprüfen.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Das ist die Originalstimme auch in der deutschen Synchro.
Ist das die Ludwig Museum?
Ja, ja. Ludwig der Zweite von Bayern.
Ich hätte gern eine Eintrittskarte fürs Museum.
Ja, 8 Mark für eine Ganztagskarte.
Die ganz harten Wörter rausgezogen. Ganztagskarte. Fehlt ein Euro, eine Mark.
So.
So.
Danke.
Bitte.
Die haben sie original drin gelassen. Ist ja krass. Aber wir haben schon eine Karte. So, wir gucken da einmal hier noch rein und dann ist so langsam Feierabendzeit. Tag.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried Saga.
Okay, gut, super.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried Saga.
Siegfried Saga.
I wonder where that door leads. I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Maybe. Did they have running water in 1886? Did they have running water in 1886? I'm surprised people...
Nee, haben wir noch nicht. Wir müssen noch ein bisschen beschmutzen oder so.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old.
Seriously.
The Miracle of the Grail.
That's an unusual depiction of the Madonna. It's a beautiful crucifix, ivory and gold.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
Grace Nakimura. More swans.
Elizabeth.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser Saga. In such places, Ludwig could pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately, the estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death. They haven't closed since. It is one of the great ironies of Ludwig's story that the castles that he was thought insane for building are now considered Bavaria's finest treasures. They have paid for their construction many times over.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle.
Wartburg.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle.
Ja, ist ja halt auch Märchenprinz Schloss Dingsbums.
Pretty nice place to work. Pretty nice place. Why would Ludwig have wolf paintings in his castle?
Weil die schön aussehende Tiere.
The hunters track down Engelhard and Hildegunde. Engelhard courts Hildegunde. The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron. The death of Engelhard.
Ist der Wolf.
Nice view of the Alps.
Hildegundes imprisonment.
Und wir sind draußen. Okay, gut. Eine Rundtour haben wir durch. Ein paar Sachen liegen noch vor uns, aber nicht mehr heute. Das soll es gewesen sein. Ne? Wieder ein kleines Ründchen mit Gabriel, beziehungsweise mit Grace diesmal. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Wir sehen uns morgen Abend wieder mit Simon. Irgendwas in dem Dreh. Lass uns überraschen. Wie immer. Ne? Vielen Dank. Schlaft gut, träumt was Schönes und dann bis morgen Abend. Euer FireFox.